Hi, today we're going to go through a little walkthrough tutorial of Iris Works. The first thing you do when you log in is you should notice this 5-day forecast here at the top right-hand corner. It should also have your sunrise and sunset times. You will also find your upcoming events, your to-dos, your recent client activity. If you have goals and metrics, you can find them here, and then our most recent blog post. One of the most important things to do when setting up your Iris account is to start at My Settings and then Settings. You're going to go ahead and work your way down this left-hand column to get your account set up. The first thing you'll notice here is your studio profile. Here you make sure that your company profile is filled out. Under your settings, make sure your time zone is correct. You can check the box to send email notifications for client activities. You can also receive weekly digest emails from Iris. Your logo here will be what shows up on all your client activity. Your banner image here will only show to yourself. When you come down, if you have a constant email signature, you can add it right here. Just note that email signatures can be a max of 255 characters. If you plan on sending contracts from Iris, you need to make sure that you type your signature and put a digital signature in here and select Save. Once you have done that information, we'll come down to session types. You can create different session types here for you. You can color coordinate those session types. You can add a default workflow. You can have a lead auto response email, and you can change the icon for that session type. You can go ahead and create sessions. You'll put a name, the default workflow, a lead auto response, so that if a client selects that session type on your website lead form, it will automatically send them an email. You can choose your icon here and your label color. If you'd like it to show on your lead forms, you'll just make sure to toggle that on. Once you have created your session types, you can come over and do Leads page. On the Leads page, you have the option to show your studio logo. You can use the icons that are pre-made for you or that you've uploaded, or you can choose not to have those on. You can have a transparent background, and you can also change that submit color button if you would like. The Leads page headline is editable by you. You can also have an auto response email. If your client does not select a session type, you can have it go ahead and send that email for you. We have two layout choices. You can do photo or logo. You can upload that photo. It does need to be 8 megabytes or less. You can also now add 2 custom fields to your leads form. When you're ready to see what that lead form will look like, you can toggle this down. And this is what my leads page would look like on my website. One of our new features here is that they have the option to sign up to receive newsletters, updates, and offers if you have the email marketing plan. When you scroll all the way down, you will go ahead and find that leads page URL and the HTML code. That HTML code will be used to replace that contact me form on your web page. Going back up, if you have our premium service, you will also note that you have the booking setup available. You can link your external calendar so that it can show your external calendar to this, and it can consider those events before booking a session. You can also have it automatically reinstate availabilities if that session is deleted. We're going to go ahead and click on one of these. In your booking calendar, you can see that you can require a lead time, select your session type, workflow, if you require an invoice or a contract. When you go to select availability, you will just double click on a session time, and that availability will be put on to your calendar. There's also the mini session scheduler where you can schedule your mini sessions here. When you're done, you'll go ahead and hit publish and continue, and your summary page will come up. It will show your booking link URL, what session type you had, what workflows you have, invoices and contracts attached to that booking setup. The next step would be your documents. Under your documents, you will find your PDFs, questionnaires, and contracts. All PDFs need to be under 20 megabytes and can be uploaded directly into your Iris account. So if you have any welcome guides or style guides, you can just go to New Document and drag and drop those files into here. The new questionnaire, you can hit new questionnaire, and the questionnaires are also drag and drop fields. So you can just drag and drop and put those into your questionnaire. On new contract, you can select new contract. If you require 2 signatures, you can select that. And we also have the different variables here where you can choose your client's phone number or session date or anything that you might need directly from that client profile. Under Invoice Setup, we have 3 payment processors here at Iris. Our preferred is Square. We also offer PayPal and Stripe. Under Settings, make sure you have your correct currency selected. If you offer sales tax, you can hit Save and enter the amount. If you have Square connected, you can also enable tips, ACH, gift cards, and Afterpay. If you use payment schedules, you can also toggle this on for payment reminders so that it'll send out an invoice reminder 5 days before the installment is due. You can also include a customized email message when your invoice is sent. You can go ahead and save there. Iris also offers 2 integrations. We offer Fundy and QuickBooks Online. Invoice products. Before you can create an invoice template, you have to go ahead and create a product. You would just hit add. You can change the name. Here, you can add the description and the price. And if the item is taxable, make sure you hit the taxable button, and then you'll just hit the check mark to save that. Once you have your invoice products listed and your payment processor selected, we'll go ahead and move to Invoice Templates. On your Invoice Templates, you can create a new template. You can name that session what you need, how many days it's till it's due, your memo here. You'll just add a product, select your product from that drop-down menu, the quantity, total, make sure that everything's correct. You hit that check mark. You can add your tax here or discount. You can also add your payment schedule as needed. Once you are done, you'll hit save, and now that invoice template can be added to your email templates. Under email templates, there's some things to note. Under attachments, if you see a question mark, that means there's a questionnaire attached. If you see a squiggly line, that means there is a contract attached. You can also attach an invoice and PDF. So we're going to go ahead and click on one of these emails to edit it. When we come in, you'll note that email templates are saved every few seconds. You can type your client's information in here. The 3 little dots here has all the client's variables in here. Any of your booking URLs and any of your saved locations will also be saved here. You can also change the layout from a text layout to a banner image, whatever one works for you. And you can start adding your items from Iris here. All your invoice templates, contract templates, questionnaires, and documents will be right here for you. Once you've selected that, you can go ahead and just back out of that, and then you can view to see what that would look like for your client. So this is what my email would look like for my client. Once you have your email templates created, you can go down to workflows. On your workflows, you will go ahead and do create workflow. And when that opens it up, there will be different options for you. Looking at our workflow here, anything with the blue email box here means that it's an automatic email. It will go ahead and send out without us doing anything. The little purple box check marks are to-do items. Those are items that we will have to do manually ourselves, and then we just check it off our list. One of our other options we have is an edit and send email. Our edit and send email is an email that you can schedule prior to, during your session or after your session. When that email is ready to go, you will get an email the day that it is scheduled saying, please log into your Iris account. It is time to send an email. When you log into your Iris account, that email template will pop up so that you can edit that email before sending it. The next thing down is going to be our goals and metrics. If you have goals and metrics for yourself, you can create them here. You can just hit new goal and create if you want how many clients you want. Say that I want 3 new clients a month, and I can set that here, and then I can create that goal, and then that will be put onto my dashboard for me. If you use Shootproof, you can go ahead and toggle this on. Shootproof will just create that client gallery for you when you create a session. When you're ready to subscribe, you can go to our subscription page. We currently have the annual basic plan, our premium plan that includes booking, and then our premium plan plus marketing. Okay, now we have set up all of our information on the left-hand side. It's time to go into the top row here. So let's start with clients. You'll notice that there are clients in purple, and then there are clients in the just regular standard here. If they are in purple, it means that they are a lead. So that, for me, these are clients that filled out my contact form on my webpage, and they've been put in here, but they have not booked a session yet. Some other things to note, if it is a repeat client and they contact you through your leads page again, it will show up here in green. We also have a place for inactive clients. If you have a client that you know is not going to book a session for a while and you don't want to lose their information, but you need it to come off of your contact form, you can mark them as inactive and it'll move them to the inactive tab. You can also group your clients so that you can export that CSV if you would like. Now let's look at one of my clients' profiles. So in my client's profile, you can see any upcoming sessions and any past sessions. You can also see their contact information if they're subscribed to email marketing and any information you have here. You can also go under client activity and you can see if there's any scheduled emails and what has been sent to your client. You can also see if that client has opened that email or clicked on that email. Under workflows, this client is not part of any workflows, so she does not have anything there. Under to-dos, they do have to-do items here. You can check them off here, or you can check them off on your dashboard or under your to-dos. Under sessions, you'll see their upcoming and past sessions. Invoices, you can see any invoices that I have sent this client. Documents, you can see if I've sent them a questionnaire. And contracts, you can see if your client has a contract, if they signed or read the contract. This client does not have any contracts, so therefore it is not there. One of the other things to note is that you can create a new event for your client here by selecting new events and putting that information in here. You can also create a booking invitation if you have our booking subscription. With that booking invitation, you can come in and create an individualized booking URL for that client, and then you can send that directly to them so they can pick their session date. If you do that, it will remain under pending sessions until your client has picked the date and paid their invoice and signed their contract if you have that selected. If you ever have an email that you need to send from your templates to a client, you can hit send email and choose your template from your drop-down menu here and send that directly to your client. The next thing we're going to go look at is locations. If you use the same location over and over again, it's really good to go ahead and put that location into Iris. One of the nice features here is that you can send this directly to your client and you can put the notes in there, and I use the notes to tell my clients where to meet me. This will just send them a nice little drop down so they know exactly how to get to your session. You can also go to shared locations and you can see what other photographers have put in the area. If you're traveling somewhere new and you're just kind of curious, it's a good tool to use to help you find a different location. When entering a new location, you'll hit new location, location name, you can add an image. If you would like to share this location with other photographers, you can hit share. If not, do not check that off and just hit create location. Under to-dos, you're going to notice these are your to-dos that you have scheduled for your clients. You can create a to-do for a client or for no one or just yourself. It defaults to today, so if you add a lot of to-dos and you can't find them, make sure you check your default view here. If I go to all, I can see that I have client to-dos coming up. When I'm done with those, I can just check it off and then it is done. On my calendar, you can come in here and see, you can connect your external calendar here as well. You can click on a date and your sunrise and sunset should show up here on the right-hand side. If you notice at the top here, my session types are color coordinated. So if that's something you like, you can also do that. You can create a new event and fill out the information here just like you would on your client's profile. One of the things to note is when you click on a client session date, you can see all their client information here. If they have scheduled emails, it will be here as well. If your client needs to reschedule their session date, you can go ahead and click that pencil icon. You can change their status from active to needs rescheduled. When you do that, it will change that session type to red. That session will then stop its workflows and no further emails will be sent to your client. When you have picked a new session date, you can come back. You can hit the edit button again, change the status back to active, update event, and it'll change it back to an active session. And your workflow will trigger where it left off. The next spot will be under your invoices. Here you will see what invoices that you have, the status of them, how much you've invoiced this month, how much you received, what you received last year, and what you received this year. You can create a new invoice here by selecting a client, and you can also make it a quote. You can also create a new template here as well. One of the things to note, if you need to export those documents, you can also choose a year and do export year to CSV, and you will get an email from our team. When we click into an invoice, some things to note here. The three little dots, if you need to add a payment schedule and forgot, you can go ahead and add that. If you would like to record a payment because the client paid in cash, you can click record payment and add the amount here. One of the other things you can do if you need that invoice URL, you can do take payment now. It opens the invoice for your client and you can send that directly to your client. The next spot we're going to go to is Spotlight. Spotlight, you can see any contracts, invoices, questionnaires, sessions, scheduled emails, client activity, all of that information is stored here. If you need to see what clients have not filled out their questionnaires, you can come in here and select incomplete and pick a date range, and you can see the status that these clients have not filled out their questionnaire, so I can reach out to them and ask them to fill that out. The same thing with contracts. I can come in and see the status of where my client's contract is. I see that they have read this, but they have not signed it. I can see what invoices are out there, and I can sort by due date or their total or their status. Scheduled emails, you can see what emails have been scheduled for my clients and where, if they've been delivered or if they're still scheduled. You can also go to client activities and you can see everything that has been sent to your clients. If you ever need anything from IrisWorks, you can always click on this purple chat icon at the bottom of your IrisWorks screen, send a message here, and we will answer it as soon as we are in the office, Monday through Friday. If you ever need any more questions, you can always schedule a free one-on-one walkthrough with any of our customer support team Monday through Friday, and we're happy to sit down, answer any questions you might have, and help set up that account. Thanks for doing this walkthrough with me. I hope this helps, and we look forward to working with you.